It is the outcome every eagle watcher in Big Bear Valley feared, but few expected this soon. In a matter of minutes, the hope for this season vanished. But was this a crime of opportunity by the Ravens, or a calculated decision by Jackie and Shadow? Welcome back to Scape News. I'll be your host today. Just days ago, we were celebrating. Jackie had laid her second egg on Monday, and the valley was buzzing with anticipation. We were preparing a report on the critical 35-day incubation window, the most dangerous period for any eagle clutch. But nature, as it often does, wrote a different script. Today, we are conducting a forensic analysis of the raven attack that claimed both eggs, and we're investigating a controversial theory. Did Jackie and Shadow abandon the nest because they knew the eggs were already lost? To understand the theory of instinctual abandonment, we first have to look at the timeline. It's precise, and it tells a story the cameras might have missed at first glance. On Monday, Jackie laid her second egg. For the first 48 hours, everything appeared normal. The incubation exchanges between Jackie and Shadow were consistent. They were rolling the eggs, maintaining temperature, and keeping a sharp eye on the perimeter. But then a shift occurred. The nest, usually guarded with the ferocity of an apex predator, was left unattended. In the world of bald eagles, leaving a clutch exposed, even for a few minutes in mild weather, is risky. Leaving them exposed long enough for ravens to organize a raid suggests a break in the standard protocol. We know that ravens are intelligent opportunists. They watch. They wait. But they usually don't challenge a sitting eagle. They need an opening. The forensic question here is, why did they get one? Let's look at the footage of the incident itself. It wasn't a stealth mission in the dead of night. This happened in daylight. The ravens approached the nest with a level of confidence that is startling. Usually, if an eagle is nearby, even if not on the nest, their vocalizations alone are enough to deter a raven. The chatter call of a bald eagle is a warning shot. But the audio from the cam suggests the nest was effectively silent. The defense perimeter had collapsed. The ravens didn't just swoop and snatch. They landed. They inspected. This behavior indicates they felt zero threat from above. This leads us to the critical piece of evidence: the time elapsed. The duration the eggs were left alone was not a momentary lapse for a bathroom break or a quick stretch. It was a window significant enough to signal that the parental drive, the hormonal imperative to protect those eggs, had waned. This brings us to the theory gaining traction among seasoned observers: instinctual abandonment. Bald eagles possess biological sensors we can't replicate with technology. They can sense the viability of an embryo. If an egg is not developing, if the heartbeat isn't there, or if there is a structural defect in the shell, the parents often know long before we do. In biology, energy conservation is key. Incubating a non-viable egg for 35 days is a massive caloric expense. It ties the eagles to the nest, preventing them from hunting effectively. If Jackie or Shadow sensed that the development had ceased, perhaps due to the cold snap or genetic issues, their instinct involves a brutal calculation: cut losses now to survive for the future. Before we dive deeper into the dangerous 35 days and what this means for the rest of the season, I want to take a moment to welcome our new viewers. Reporting on nature requires us to look at the hard truths, not just the beautiful moments. If you appreciate this kind of in-depth, forensic analysis of the events in Big Bear Valley, consider becoming a newsroom supporter. By joining the Scape News team, you'll help us keep the lights on and the reports coming, and some extra perks as well. It's your support that allows us to track these stories season after season, through the triumphs and the tragedies. To our current members, thank you. Your support is the backbone of this channel. Now back to the story. We were in the middle of producing a report on the dangerous 35 days when this attack happened. Let's explain why that period is so critical, because it sheds light on why the abandonment theory is plausible. The first 5 days after laying, the window we were just in, are the most volatile. The embryo is microscopic, fragile, and entirely dependent on the thermal regulation of the parents. If the temperature drops too low for too long, development stops. We know Big Bear Valley can be unforgiving. If the eggs were compromised early on, perhaps they weren't fertilized or they suffered chill damage in the moments after laying, Jackie would sense the lack of movement or heat generation from within the shell. Unlike humans who hope against the odds, eagles act on biological certainty. If the dangerous 35 days aren't going to result in a hatch, the eagles will often simply walk away. The ravens, in this scenario, are just the cleanup crew nature designed them to be. They aren't the villains. They are the recyclers of a failed biological attempt. Let's look at the behavior of Jackie and Shadow in the hours leading up to the event. This is the forensic smoking gun. In successful clutches, the roll behavior, where the parent turns the egg, is gentle and frequent. Observers noted that in the final hours, the engagement seemed distracted. There were periods of standing on the rim rather than sitting deep in the bowl. This rim standing is often a sign of ambivalence. A committed parent sits low to maximize heat transfer. A parent who is losing the hormonal drive stands up. This visual evidence supports the theory that the emotional bond to the clutch was already breaking before the ravens arrived. The ravens didn't steal the future. They merely confirmed that the future had already passed. So, where does this leave us? Is the season over? Not necessarily. In the wild, when a clutch is lost this early in the season, often called a clutch failure, it can trigger a biological reset. It is possible, though not guaranteed, that Jackie could recycle. We have seen eagles lay a replacement clutch if the timing and food supply align. However, we must also prepare for the possibility that this is the end of the road for this year. If they sensed a health issue or environmental stressor, they may choose to conserve energy for next winter. Nature is not cruel. It is indifferent. It prioritizes survival above sentiment. While we mourn the loss of the eggs, we must respect the wisdom of the eagles. They know their world better than we ever could. We will continue to monitor the nest closely for any signs of a second attempt. Make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss the next update. For Scape News, I'm signing off. Stay watchful, and as always, be safe.
Welcome to the Inner Circle. This isn't just a membership, it's a mission. You're supporting forensic truth, mythic blends, and ceremonial broadcasts that honor every moment. Members unlock exclusive enhancements, behind-the-scenes alerts, and direct access to the pulse of Scape News and leading sponsor, Gold Rush Fever Specialty Coffee. Join us and help shape the signal. We thank you, and as always, stay safe. The latest from Scape News. We're live, we're watching, we thank you. Subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell so you don't miss what breaks next. Stay with us, we appreciate you, and as always, be safe.